Mi scaldo un attimo. 1, 2, 3. Let's start. How did you first become involved with Goa Club in Rome, and how did that lead to becoming a resident of the famous Goa beat parties? So, okay, first of all, we need to go back to 13 years ago to remember how I got involved into Goa Club. It was because one of my best friends, Nicolas, he was already working at the club, and he managed to convince me, you have to come, you have to work with me, you have to work with my party, and basically it was everything much more as a job initially. He offered me to come to Goa, and basically at the beginning it was like inviting people, talking with people, inviting them to the party. And I used to give flyers of the night around Rome in record shops and in certain shops where we used to go around. And basically, yes, this was how it started. I started being part of an amazing family, and yeah, the really like good thing about the fact that I didn't know anything about this world. For me, everything was pretty much new, and I got so much involved by looking at the passion and the unity that people had in in that place. Goa has been so much important for so many different generations of people grew up in Rome. It's been historically like one of the long-term clubs, one of the oldest clubs in Italy, and basically like everyone who you can imagine like has been playing in the club, and getting in that reality was like meant to be for me. It was like, okay, I'm here, and now I just wanna live it. And there, I had a lot of inspirations, like basically all the DJs that were already there, and most of the DJs that came to perform basically opened up my mind. And there was this one special night where I remembered that the music just made me click, and it was something so strong that really made me come up with the desire of trying to do that. Like I want to play, I want to try to give that emotions to other people, and has this emotion has touched me. So it was basically like yeah, trying to the need of sharing something. And that's it. I started practicing a lot. Like I used to play a lot, and the fact that I was involved in the club was so nice, because it made like I had the possibility to exercise in the club, and exercising in a club, it's something like different than playing home. You start getting used to a sound system. You start knowing yourself as a DJ. Of course, there's no people, but you just imagine them at the beginning. And for me, it was just like a school, living it, working inside the club from Thursday to Sunday. It was like completely like my whole life. I mean, I shared all of this with my friends, and that was the special thing, that we really found all of us together, like sharing this, sharing nights, beautiful memories, and amazing music. And I mean, I can't believe this could be real without all of them. So Friends has been for sure like my first audience to play, and I would have never become a DJ if I didn't have my friends listening to me at the beginning. It was so worth it. And that's it. I practiced a lot, and there was this one time where I got a call and I was like, Alessia, get ready because tomorrow you're going to play the first time at Goa. We are going to open the season 1 week early. We decided to do a resident DJ night, and get ready because tomorrow you're going to play. I was like, tomorrow, oh my God. I was like, it was completely like unreal for me, but I knew I was ready because I practice a lot. At the time, I already bought a lot of records, so I was pretty sure that I found kind of my sound. And that's it. I remember the first night was something like unreal. Like all my friends were there. Everyone got so emotional for me, and I could really feel all of the other people's energies. And they were like, "Go, Alessia!" And I remember every single record that I put on that set. I had all the Goa team just behind me, listening to me from first record to last track, and that's it. That was the start. From there, I played almost like once a month, sometimes even more. But yeah, like I played a lot. Like I played really, 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 like a lot. So it was much more worth it, and the best school for life, and of course for DJing that I could really have had. How influential was your residency at Goa for you as a DJ and an artist? Well, it was like essential. I think that it really gave me all of the knowledge on the profession. I mean, just by looking at other DJs doing it, you could learn, and the kind of discipline, the kind of discipline that you reach being a resident DJ is like great, because you start, you know, from zero. I mean, you have to open a night, and of course it's so much delicate, and it's so much soft the way you can approach to this, that of course being a resident DJ like teaches you how to, you know, balance a lot. Being a resident DJ really like teaches you how to balance, and like also how to keep a lot of your energies. I used to play differently, of course. There is this kind of really romantic thing about opening night, and I believe that it's still main focus of setting up a good dance floor, and it's a hard work. Sometimes you need to, you know, just be not be selfish, in the way that, you know, you have to kind of welcome people. And for me, welcoming people at Goa was amazing because it really made me experiment with a lot of different sets. I could really try one house set rather than one techno set, but sometimes also like did some dubstep, more, you know, beat to beat sets. But basically the fact that you can learn a lot about yourself really made me think that, I mean, it was essential for my career. And one important thing that I really believe being a resident DJ gives you is, you know, the way you learn to read the crowd. You know, sometimes it's not easy to fulfill those empty spaces, and the approach, of course, is more on being able to read the crowd and basically just, you know, do the thing. So it's never working when you prepare something. It's I mean, it's never working too much, but sometimes it does. But I never used to like prepare a set. It was like always on improvisation and looking and reading the crowd and seeing what the response was. And sometimes was, keeping yourself a lot, not to just go over that, soft line that's welcoming also the DJ that's coming after you, so the guest. So I believe that I learned with this big respect of, welcoming a guest in my club and making him or she feel home. And that's it. A residency often allows for a deeper connection with the audience. Tell us about the community that formed around Goa throughout the 8 years that you were there. The community is something that's so that's so important, and I realized that more than a community, like mine was a big family. Everyone was having the same goal, the same intention, that was the one of sharing a beautiful night and getting all of the beautiful experience that you could get, and doing this, of course, with the people you love and the people that believe the same thing that you believe and get emotion by the same thing. I feel it's that makes a strong community, and Goa has done that throughout 25 years. When I arrived there, I mean, there was already like a Goa community, so I was more than happy to feel welcome inside the family. But yes, I think that the important thing for me, that it was like my whole life, and it was like my whole life, it was completely like on Goa. We used to just do the countdown on the weekend, because it was like the best thing. It was a Thursday night at Goa, so yes, you were also starting a day before weekend. It was like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and yes, most of the times yes, 3 days, but sometimes also the Sunday was completely crazy. And at the time I was still studying, and I managed to finish my fashion academy studies together with my work at Goa. And yes, I feel that it will, of course, it will stay, but I feel so much lucky that we had experienced and lived that reality. It was something very special. My back-to-backs with Marcolino were like the defining points of my residency, because we were like in that place we were able to create something completely different, and it was cool. And but of course, like for me as a dancer, before then being a DJ, the really special nights were the ones when Villa Lobos was coming to play in Rome. Like when Riccardo was playing in Rome, it was like Christmas. It was like the best time of the year, and probably those nights with Villa Lobos are the one that I remember with most emotion. Maintaining a residency requires a balance between consistency to please a regular audience and innovation to keep things fresh. How did you approach this balance in your sets? The balance is something that you reach with experience, I would say. And also, like, this job, of course, like, needs a lot of balance. There is a lot of contradictions, but if you can balance those, I feel that you can find the key, to just to live it as the best. And for me, it was every set was different. So every set was like an experience, was like storytelling. It was like a different way of approaching with the crowd. And when you have the same crowd, that's fun, because you can really experiment with the different things, and realize and see what the reaction is. So I feel that like this was one of the biggest things that I learned as a resident DJ, to balance, and of course to just be free to try. I mean, there is no better thing that, you know, the feeling when you realize that you did something for the first time and that you reached your goal. And for me, like, my first nights were like this. I was so happy that I could, you know, share this. And when you find the connection with the crowd in a club, everything feels like going, you know, in the same direction. And it has a lot of power for me. It's also like a way of getting inspired. And yes, the situations were like the basis. If you had to pick one record that's most strongly connected to your residency, what would it be? This is hard, but I think that the one record, yes, it's Mala, Stand Against War. I feel it's also like very still contemporary, but it's like, yes, it is the record that defines, you know, my story with Goa.